Fabulous. Morning, everyone.
Good morning and welcome back to Alto Bitesize. We're kicking off this time round with a creating emails that impact. Joined today, myself, so I'm Madeline and I'm one of the trainers for Alto, joined by Emma, who is our education specialist. And we also have Camilla with us today, who is an Alto solutions specialist.
So for today, we're going to be first looking at optimizing your email templates, then moving on to enhancing email engagement and structure. Then we're looking at driving results. We'll show you some examples of some emails that you can take tips from. We've then got a new thing for you. We've got bonus tips. So we're going to give you a choice of two extra little demos that you want to see. And you can vote for which one you want to see on that one. And then at the end, we've got Q&A. And the most important thing to stay on the end of the call for, we've got a competition for you. So stay right to the end and you will see what prize we've got for you. And obviously ask any questions as well. So let's take a look. Let's jump straight to the demo.
So I'm just going to pass over to Camilla, who's going to start our demo today. So over to you.
Hi, everyone. Okay, let's get started. So before you start your email template editing, you'll need to check that your email template editor is activated. So we're going to start by going to Tools. We'll drop down. We'll go to Templates and Admin. Click into System Administration on the left. And then we're going to go into Group Settings and check that our Use Template Designer is ticked. Great. So once that's sorted, we'll go to email templates on the left-hand side. So now we'll be shown the list of email templates that we've created previously. If you're new to email template editor, you won't be seeing any here today. Above Actions, you have a drop down. This gives you two options on Alto. You can create a brand new email template from scratch, or you can create an email template from an existing. So if you have a preference for an email template, you want to update it, change it, add to it, this gives you that option. Now, usually when you create an email template, it will give you a pared back email template with your branding on. But for today, we really wanted to show you creating an email template from a completely blank email. So today we're going to click Create Email Template from Existing, and we're going to select from the drop down blank. Perfect, thanks. So now this is opened, my advice to you would be click full screen and click show structure. The reason for this is just so you have a really clear view of what you're doing and you're able to see the rows and structure that you're putting together for your emails. So on the right-hand side, this is where all the fun begins with our email template. So if we go into rows, we're able to create the rows. This is adding the structure to our email templates where we can add in our content. So we're going to add in a couple of rows here. If we can just drag across and drop.
Want me to just do any?
Yeah, that's fine. Just drop a couple in and we'll add in our content from here. Thank you.
Okay.
Perfect. So now that we have a couple of rows in place, we're able to add in our content. So if we go across to content, you'll see here all the available options. So we can add in a title, an image, you can create a button, you can add a divider for clear visual. We can add in our social media, any videos linked through. So this could be a house tour that you've created. You can add in your company icon. You could even add a menu, so options to go for, and plain text. We'll start by adding an image at the top to start creating our email. So we drag and drop that in. Once the email is in there, we have the option to browse. So we'll click into that. And we have even more options. So on the top left-hand side, we're given the options to upload an image. So these are images from our desktop. They could be property images that we have. We can import an image from anywhere in the internet. And we also have the option to search free photos. So these are high quality stock images supplied by Alto for you to put in there. Once you've used an image before, they'll actually appear here so you can easily access them again. You might have a popular branded image that you go back to. Today, I'm going to pick the Alto incorporated small image to go to the top of my email. So you see that instantly appears. We'll go back to the content screen so that we can add in a little bit more. So from here, we might want to add in our social media below. And this allows us to drop in links to our social media platforms. Below that, we might want to add in a video. So again, this could be a house tour. And we might also want to add in a button as well. So these buttons are brilliant to add in, for example, a direct link to book a market appraisal or gain access to your property file. Why don't we add another content row here? So let's go back into rows, add in another simple content tab. We'll drag and drop that to the bottom. And in there, we could add in as content the plain text. That will allow us to put in the body of our email. And as you can see, as we're building this up together, it's super simple just to add as we go along. Okay, so now that I've shown you a selection of rows and content on this email, I'm going to hand over to Mads to talk us through how we can add more to our content behind the screen.
Thank you so much for that, Camilla. So as you can see, Camilla's kind of started to create the structure of the template here, but we can deeper dive into this. So we can actually now, if we go across into our actual rows, when we click on a row, we unlock this area here. So this is where we can really start to make this email more engaging, more impactful, bring it to life with colors. So we could say, for example, I want to have the whole of my background in red. Okay, so we can do that on individual rows. So you can choose the color on rows, but I will show you if you want to just completely have the whole of your background red in 2 seconds. You can also have the content area background changed as well. So as you can see, there's quite a lot of red there. So I might say, right, I want to have that completely in black. You've also got the option to do your content area borders. So you can change these to dotted, dashed, or solid, or you can just keep them transparent. You can also have the corners rounded. So just see how where you're really starting to make this your own. You can choose how you want to stack it on, if you want it stacked on the mobile, and also the order you do stack it on a mobile as well. So you're able to move this around. So when you go into the mobile view, it will show a different view to what you have on your desktop. But you can also have the option to hide areas as well within your desktop and your mobile. We've also then, if we go into the content properties, we can then start to do individual properties on the content. My words got a bit tongue twisted there. So if I click on an item of my content, for example, at the top here, I've got my branding, my logo at the top. I might want to say, I want to have this aligned. So I might want to have it to the left, to the right. So if I click here, it shows to the left. If I click here to the right, or I just might keep it centralized. I might want to apply some effects as well. So if I click in here, it then gives me the option if I want to add a filter onto it, I want to resize it, I want to draw something, add shape, stickers, it gives you that option. You can also add some text to it, but you can also add an action underneath it. So if you want people that are receiving your emails to click on a particular image and take them through to a call to action, you can embed that into the actual image as well.
Does that work with the social media icons, Madeline? Because they're at the top, aren't they? Can you actually click through to link to your pages there?
You can indeed. So if I click onto the social media, you can link in your social media pages here. So you just put the link in that you want them to be signed over, like where you want to signpost them to, and that will take you to your social media pages as well.
I have a question. If you don't have Twitter, for example, do you have to have it in there?
No, you can just remove it out as well. So you can just delete it from here.
Fantastic.
Okay. We've also got your other content. So if I just sort of go through, you've got your social properties, and again, you can do the alignments and you can do your block options as well. And again, you've got that option to hide it, whether you want them hid on your mobile view or on the desktop view. Exactly the same for a button. So if I go into a button, I can actually add a call to action on the button. And again, put in some background colors. I'm actually in there. Let me just go into that one. So you can put in, URLs underneath the button as well, which might take them to, for example, drive them through to a form to fill out, to book a viewing, just an easier way of you being able to capture a lead as well. You've then got the option to customize your buttons as well. So you can do the fonts, you can do the background colors, you can change the color of the button, depending how you want your email to lay out. Also with your videos, you can also put in a link to a video. So say, for example, you've got a virtual tour of a property, and this does apply to lettings and sales. The whole email template does anyway. You would customize it to how you want it. You can add in a YouTube link or a link to a video that takes them through to the virtual tour of a property as well. The final one that we're going to look at is the overall settings, but I'll just mention as well about your text. You can also change your text color. You can change any link colors. So if you've got links within your text, you can have them as a different color so they stand out. You can do your line heights and your spacing. So you can really, really emphasize this and really, really customize it to how you want it. The final one that we have is the general settings. So at the moment, we've got a content area width set, but you can actually yourself change this as well. So if you want it wider or you want it smaller, it's entirely up to you. You can do your content area alignment. So I can move it all over to the left, or I can put it all in the center, and I can do my full background color. So I'm just going to pop back into that row and just take this red out. I'm just going to make this transparent again, just so I can show you that if I go into the background color, I can click on that and I can make all of it red. So it's only taken on what content we've added and it's put a background in. So if you imagine if you were filling that completely up with content, the whole of that background is now changed to red. You can also do your content area background colors here as well. So if I wanted to do them all in black, I can do them all in black as well. And you've also got your fonts. So if you want to change your fonts as well, if you've got a particular font that you use, and also your link colors. So that is how we can start with how Camilla showed us how to do the basics on it. And then we can really, really build it out more to make it more impactful. What we're going to do now is I'm just going to show you, here's one we made earlier. Okay, so I'm just going to come out. And one that lovely Camilla actually set up earlier as well, which is one that is absolutely amazing. I'm just going to put it into full screen and preview just to show you how it's going to look. Okay, so here you can see where she's really built out this email to be really about her branding, her imaging, and exactly how the message that she wants to get across as well. We go into preview. We can see here, you can see what it looks like on a desktop. Okay. And then on a mobile.
So on that one, you'd taken some of the images out, hadn't you? I know you said before that you can tailor it to show some things on desktop and some things on mobile. So if it's not fitting exactly on the mobile view, then you can just hide it for that, can't you?
Exactly that. Yeah, that's what we've done. So there was a little button that you could actually switch over that you could have. You wanted everything to show on both of them, or you wanted to hide something on the mobile, for example, because it might look too stacked on a mobile and you just want it to be shown in the desktop view as well. Okay.
Yes.
Amazing. Right, and I'm going to hand back over to you, Emma.
Thank you very much. I think the key thing with this as well is that it's giving you the option to then tailor all of your emails to your branding so that it's not our branding. You know, if we did generic templates for you, which had Alto everywhere, then it wouldn't necessarily be the ones that you want to send out to your customers. But this allows you to create your own little batch of templates that you use really regularly, but that has your colors, your imagery, even photos of yourself, you know, to make it really engaging. And it does take some time to set up, but at least once you've got them, they're there ready to go. We're going to jump into some examples now as well, just break that down even further. So first of all, we've got bog standard example, really simple email. These are probably going to be the ones that are being sent out most of all. Mads, if you want to talk through these.
Of course. So when you've got like a bog standard example, a bog standard email, you can see just from this example here, we've got a lack of personalization. The email's too generic, it's causing them to be ignored or deleted. The poor timing, so this email was sent out at 4:45, for example, and it does actually reduce the opening rate as well when it's sent out at a very poor time. If there's an inconsistent messaging, so without a structure, an email strategy, communication can seem disorganized or unprofessional. And then you've got your missed engagement opportunity. So generic emails do actually fail to build a strong connection with your clients, leading to a lower satisfaction.
And now we're just going to jump into the example that Camilla had made as the demonstration here as well, just as a more advanced example.
So you can see from this one, it's completely different. It's really eye-catching straight away. This is something that I would actually read through personally myself if I opened this up in my email box. And you can see this would enhance the engagement because it's personalized, and it also is increasing that click-through rate by 14% and the conversion rates by 10%. It improves the client relationship. So this email you can see was sent at 8:30 in the morning. So the timing was relevant and it was tailored to the client preferences, and it fostered that stronger connection between yourself and your client. It gives an increased ROI, so it's more engaging, its personalized email is leading to that greater conversion, and it's a better return on investment. And then finally, you've got a higher client satisfaction. So it's structured, the consistent messaging, and that is building that trust and reliability.
So just as a summary of that, because obviously we're telling you to send out emails in a timely way, from a study that was done on loads of user research based on campaigns, the best time to send emails out to your customers has been shown to be Mondays, Tuesdays, and if you're going to send them at the weekends, send them on a Sunday. People are logging in on a Sunday, ready for their week ahead and starting to have a look through their emails. Times to avoid: Thursdays and Fridays. They seem to be either the busiest times or people are just switching off. They don't want to hear it. So yeah, Mondays, Tuesdays and Sundays. The best times, if you're going to do it on a Monday or Tuesday, between 3 and 7 p.m. At a weekend, 9 a.m. So summary, the best time out of all of their user research, the best time they found was 4 p.m. on a Monday, and you can push that up till 6 p.m. So 4 to 6 p.m. on a Monday is the ideal time to get the best results from opening rates and click-through rates. So now we've got our poll. As we said earlier, we've just got a little bonus tip for you. We wanted you to get as much as possible out of this. So as I'm talking, Madeline's going to share the poll for you. You should see two options pop up as to what bonus tip you'd like to see. So we've got either to track email engagement and follow-ups, or targeted contact groups and bulk email within Alto. So it's just going to be a really quick demo, but just to give you that extra skill.
So we have a clear winner. We've got targeted contact groups and bulk email with Alto.
So the great news for everyone who voted for targeted contact groups and bulk emails with Alto is it could not be easier. So you're able to go into groups in lots of different sections, but we're going to show you it within contacts today. You are able to do this within properties and tenancies as well. So if we go into contacts, we'll go to groups just to the right. Perfect. And we are able to create custom groups, but today we'll keep it brief. I'm going to go down the list and we're going to go to active applicants lettings, because today we're going to send out the new email template that we've created. So we'll click active applicants lettings to have that list. Perfect. And on the list, you can see these tick boxes on the left-hand side. If we want to send it to everyone, we're going to tick the box at the very top, selecting the whole list for an email. We're going to go to actions. We're going to go to send email. And here we'll have access to all of the email templates that we've created. So if we go into the drop down, we'll go to lettings, Alto Inc. Perfect. And that is our great example that we've seen today. It comes up. And we'll take a moment just to write a really engaging email subject line for our audience, our applicants, our recipients. So once we add in our engaging subject line, it could be really anything. What do you think, Emma? What should we add in?
Oh, I'm
not the right person to ask.
Yeah, put me on the spot.
We'll just put showcasing our brand new property.
I was just busy
Fantastic.
in a list of merge codes into the chat just because there are a few people asking for what you can do. So that
there
is
are lots of brilliant merge codes. So please do have a look at that. From here, we've got our email prepared. We've got our list of applicants' emails in there. They are BCC'd to each other, not seeing each other's contact details. And we're all ready to go. So we can click send and send out our email to our audience.
And I'm just going to highlight one other thing as well. If you've also got the property as well that is already on your Alto database, you can also put the property details in there and that will link it to the property as well.
Fantastic. Yeah, absolutely. And then we're off to click send.
I'm not going to send it because it will go to come to me multiple times.
As an example. So yeah, thanks so much. I'll hand back to you.
Amazing. Okay.
Awesome. So we're going to go into our Q&A in a moment. I know there's loads coming into the chat, so feel free to add your questions there. In the meantime, we just want to shout out our partner of the month. We have got loads of integrations, loads of partners, and we realise that it's actually quite hard to keep up with. So we're going to start shouting some out for you, just so that you can get to know what's available, just in case there's anything you want to make use of. So our partner of the month this month is Snappily. So it's an integration directly with Alto. It allows you to order title deeds, EPCs. It allows you to get your customers to digitally complete forms as well. And then it pulls straight through to Alto, so you don't have to do any of the admin work. So drop in the chat if you want any more information, or if you want to go and have a look at the integrations yourself and find this one within Alto. If you head to tools, which is next to in between the help button and your login name on Alto, you'll see the drop down, and at the top there's integrations. So click into that and have a look through there as well. But yeah, if you want some more information directly, let us know in the chat and we can reach out to you. So our Q&A, this is going to be a good one. I can see it. I can see it.
It's very busy in there today as well. I can also see, I mean, seen one straight away from Alison. How can I send email to current vendors that accept email marketing? I'm just going to quickly sort of answer that in regards to that. When we just showed you how to do that bulk emailing in group contacts, you can actually create a specific group of contacts that for your vendors that accept email marketing. However, if they haven't got, like in the preference center, if their thumbs are down, they will join, it will show on the list, but it's not going to send them to them. So ensure it's really key that you go through that GDPR process as well and you get that thumbs up from them so they receive your marketing emails.
Amazing.
What else have we got? There's so much in here. I'm just trying to.
Ravi's been very good at trying to answer all of these. If we don't get to any, I know some of the questions will have bumped right up to the top of the chat. If we don't get to some of them, we will go back through afterwards and reach out to everyone individually. So don't panic if we don't get to your question now. Let's have a look. Is it possible to send a bulk email out show as sent from our generic email address rather than the person who's creating and sending the email? Do we know this one?
Yeah, so you'd have to have an additional user registered. So their email would be, for example, office@canterbury.com to send it out. But otherwise, this gives an audit trail to each individual user that's logged in. So if I was logged into my Alto account, all emails from me would come from me.
Amazing. I can see a couple of people mentioning the name merge code. So let's just address it. Isn't there? Frustratingly, isn't there? It is something that's being worked on though, and will hopefully be within Alto soon. Because yeah, like you're saying, we agree it's a really, really important one that you should have. So.
And this is definitely something that it can be fed back to our development team. So when you're on your Alto database, down in the right hand corner, you've got your little A sign now with the new branding, and where you can actually put your feedback in as well, and that will go through to development. So if it's something that you really want, the more and more and more they hear it, hopefully the more it will come out.
And this is what's great about this environment, because we can literally take directly what you're asking for and go, we need this, and hopefully it will come soon. But yes, it is being worked on. We've got, can you repeat the very first thing you said about the settings?
Sure. Do we just share my screen again quickly, just so we can
stop sharing?
Yeah.
Joanna, is this regarding the email template editor?
Yeah, it's having it switched on. I think she just wanted to see that.
Fantastic. So we go to tools, we go to our drop down templates and admin, and then we go to the left, go to your system administration, and click on Group Settings. Within Group Settings, you'll see Use Email Template Designer, and make sure that that tick box is ticked. Joanna, once that's ticked for you, you'll see email templates appear as new under the app tools, and you're ready to get started.
And we are running out of time. We've only got a minute left. Let's quickly just have a look. We've got Nicola saying, can you create a group of landlords? If you just want to hop into
Yes, absolutely.
Groups.
So actually, you can go into contacts, you go into groups, and then we'll go scroll slightly up, please, Mads. Yep. And then we'll go into my groups to create new groups. So with that plus icon, perfect. Here we're able to make a lot of customizable groups, but you'll see here just below, we've got contact description.
Yeah.
You have two options when you're making these groups. So you can label it, save it, and refer back to it regularly, or you can just view the results, which is in the bottom right-hand corner next to save. When looking at landlords, just go down to contact description, and we've got landlords ticked there. Make sure that all the other specifics are in line. For example, the correct branch is ticked. You can view the results, and from there you can send out bulk emails to contact them. Okay, let's move on to the next.
We will, any other questions that we haven't answered, then we will come back on them as well after the webinar.
Yeah, I think we rather than keeping everyone here all day, because I think that there's there's going to be a lot of questions coming in. Everyone, we've kept you long enough, probably. We've just got a couple more slides. Just to shout out for you, we've got our new Alto Skills learning environment for you. This is a complete revamp from the Alto Learning Hub that you would have previously logged onto. That has now stopped, and it's all on Alto Skills. So this is now really short, really micro lessons for you to just learn whatever skill you're wanting to learn. You can dive straight in, do literally 2 to 3 minutes at a time, and then learn the skill that you need. So we've really tried to make it fit for what you want. No more doing lettings if you don't need it. No more doing sales if you don't need it, to suit you. And it's got a cool sloth on there. So yeah, if you haven't got your logins, let us know in the chat again, and we'll make sure we go through for you and get you signed up. We've also got the help center, so remember that that's there as well. I dropped the link in the chat earlier for the merge codes. If you type anything into there, you're going to find an article that should help you. So just remember that's there as well. And finally, you've also got paid training options as well. So if you want to scan that QR code directly, that will open up a list of paid training for you. If you want to get in contact with us and find out more information, absolutely do. But just remember that that's there as another option, that you can actually have that one-to-one service as well. And finally, our last slide, what you have been waiting for, the prize this month. We've got a free system health check for you. And all we ask for you to be able to enter it is just to leave us feedback. So it's scanning that QR code that's on screen, and just leaving us some feedback. And if you've left us feedback, you'll automatically be entered into the prize draw. So it's worth £150. And even if you're not as fussed about winning it, your manager will be very grateful. So it's worth entering, just to give us feedback and give us brutal honesty feedback, because we love to hear it. We love to make changes and adapt this each month for you. Like we said, oh, sorry, Mads, go ahead.
Sorry, I was just going to mention we've got a lot of people asking about registering for Alto Skills. So what we'll do in the post email from the webinar, we'll also send you the directions, the link to be able to register for Alto Skills, because the details will go over to our specialist team, who will then set you up with your Alto Skills account. And then there we go.
And the link I've just dropped in the chat is if you can't scan the QR code for the feedback form, if you click that, you can enter it that way as well. And yeah, we'll go through afterwards. Any comments, any questions, anything like that, we'll get back to you. So don't worry if we haven't got back to you directly on the webinar. But thank you so much for listening. And sorry we've kept you 3 minutes past.
Thank you, everybody, and
thanks, everyone.
Look forward to seeing you. We won't be back again for another 4 weeks, because Bitesize is now going to run on a monthly basis. So watch this space. You'll be receiving some comms very soon into what we'll be covering in March. Have a great day, everyone.
Thanks so much.
Bye.
Bye.